And we are live.
Miracle. Oh my God. I think this is the first time that we've ever started on time.
Right. And that we didn't have any major technological glitches, even in a Mercury retrograde. So, well, we are setting the intentions for good things, and Debbie's frozen. As I said that. Oh, Lord, girl. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened. There she is. And so unfortunately, okay, so we'll just go forward. She had Deb, you are definitely frozen on my screen. So sorry to. Yeah. Okay, well, Ron, why don't let's go ahead and just set the intentions. We're going to bring in Archangel Michael to help us with this glitch. I spoke too soon, but that's okay. She'll manage to come back on, I'm sure. So we're going to bring in Archangel Michael with his beautiful energies. He's been super present for this Wavex and a blood full moon, and I'm going to re-invite our poor dear Deborah again and see if we can get her on. Okay, got her invited again. And so thank you everybody for joining us. We're like super pleased. It's been such a long time since we've done one of these. We're actually going into new areas of sharing and expansion. We're all doing periscopes. Ron can be found under Simply Intuitive under Twitter and Periscope. So if you haven't been to Periscope yet, got to check it out because it's really a lot of fun. The interaction is more immediate. You can post little comments, you can send hearts. So it's a lot of fun. And it's a lot of fun as readers because we get that energy exchange with you. So that's really important to us. And Deborah has her own under Intuitive Deborah. Deborah closed down her YouTube account because she felt it was no longer serving her. And then so she's now working exclusively with Periscope and her Facebook page, doing readings on that. So definitely follow her up on Periscope because you know how Debbie is live. She's kind of brought back a format that I really like, which is kind of keeping it real, and just talking about the different things. And so Ron, while I try and get Debbie back on the line, maybe you could tell them a little bit about our 21-day action that we're doing on Periscope.
So what Debbie, and Marion have is to get a weird 21-day challenge on Periscope. So each one of us is going to be on Periscope every day for the next 21 days. And obviously all of us are talking about different things. For me, myself, what I've decided to do is I'm doing a live webinar series every day at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me. My live webinar series is called Awakening the Giant Within. And this is actually something that the blood full moon and the X-wave energies has brought in for me, and what I'm working with, because they have come forth in such a way that they've empowered me to be more of a leader instead of, just doing cards and just doing readings. They really want me to start stepping into a leadership role. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So like I said, today, you can catch me on Periscope at Simply Intuitive at 3 o'clock. And my first episode of my 21-day webinar, Awakening the Giant Within, is going to be on Imagination is Key. So that's what I'm doing. And then, of course, I'm also going to be pulling a card to see where everyone is blocked. So, if you come to my Periscope and you want to start really activating that intuition, I'm going to be pulling a card from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, because this really tells us a lot about the subconscious.
Yes, I love that deck.
It's great. And it's one of my favorites. It really gets us into the subconscious. And, I'm going to at least show you what's blocking you. And then if you would like more information, you're more than welcome to come to my Facebook page until my website gets done, because I actually shut down my website because the person who made it, as wonderful as they did, they did a beautiful job. They didn't have the right intention behind it. They didn't believe in what I did. So I'm having someone else redo it for me, or actually help me in the redoing process. So that's super exciting.
Well, Debbie had mentioned that she wanted to read a little prayer, and she had picked a really nice one. But I have these cards that I absolutely adore, which is Journey of Love by Alana Fairchild. And the poems are written by Richard Cohn, who is the guy who put the book The Secret together. So I want to, let's see, let's pull something from something really nice. How about let's see, God Speaks. That sounds pretty cool. These cards are just, I don't, you know what, I'll just pull a card. Duh. Sorry, it's been a while, right? Just pull a card. And if anybody has any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the Q&A here on the box. If you're watching from Google Live. All right, so, ooh, we got a cool card. This is the number 30 card with Towering Magnificence. Like, what can be better than that? Look at that. That's like amazing. This artist, his name is Razuli, and I just think they are I love abstract art, but it just has this beauty and flow to the cards that I love. All right, so it says, mighty sentinels connecting heaven and earth, wisdom of the ancients, waiting for those who listen in the quiet. So very appropriate. This is really a lot of these WaveX energies, and we're going to get into that in a minute as to kind of what's happening with WaveX, how different people are actually kind of experiencing it in like vastly different manners. And it says, as far as the card is concerned, it says, you're entering the presence of the truly great and sublime divinity. It is without form, yet exists within all forms. It is humbling and yet asks nothing of you. It just is, and when we encounter it, we move beyond words, beyond mind, and into the realms of the heart that we may never have experienced before. Wow, that's so beautiful. I just love the way this guy writes. It says, this card is bringing us comfort on our inner path and opening us up to the direct experience of the divine presence. So that is very succinctly actually what WaveX is all about. So I loved how the card came out. It's ideal, and that we are experiencing these fluxes and changes, but at such a degree that it is sometimes overwhelming to people. Sometimes, I mean, I've been talking to other card readers actually, and they're going through a little bit of a hard time with all of this. They are experiencing just upheavals in their whole manner of the way that they are approaching their life's work. Like, you know, they see that we got comfortable, let's say, on doing YouTube readings, and now they're like, nope, no more YouTube readings. You don't want to do that anymore. So we've had to go out and find these new avenues. And, you know, when you search, you find them. And Periscope is one of those new avenues for us, as well as Blab.im. It's a beta service, and it's amazing because you can put people in and talk with them and view comments. So actually, I think the way that we're going to be doing our next quote unquote hangouts, it won't really be on Google Plus, but it's going to be on Blab. And I believe our first one is, we've already done one, and it's, you can check it out on my Facebook page. We were talking about manifestation, and I believe tomorrow we're going to be doing another one. And we're going to start this series of talking about different intuitive subjects and different light paths. Go more into the teaching of our, expansion of our knowledge, our teaching abilities, our leadership qualities, which is what basically the messages that all three of us have been getting is about going forward into our leadership. So a lot of the workers are also getting these messages, and they're kind of having to scramble to figure out how they're going to do this. That's part of that Webex, because it's really about putting, it feels like it's kind of like a pressure for you. Hey, Diyah's on. Diyah's another one. Diyah from Oris Oasis.
Oh, yes.
She definitely is another light worker and astrologer, and she's having to change up the way she does things too. So it's really, I'm sorry, there's a helicopter going overhead, but it's really about finding new methods and new ways of getting out and being a spiritual forerunner. So I don't know, Ron, if you want to, I know you've actually got a message from these energies as to your 21 day and further mentoring. So maybe you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So what like I was already saying, I've really been pushed forward to become a leader in intuitive development. Now, I want to make that very clear. I'm not doing psychic development. I'm doing something completely different. I am doing intuitive development, which is just a higher form of psychic intuition. That's all it really is. And so I was actually, it's a very funny story. I was driving in the car and I said, well, you know what? I really want to start thinking about what I'm going to be talking about. And what happened was I actually started channeled writing, which I don't normally do. That's more of Marianne's expertise. She's a great, channeled writer. And I started typing on my phone what was coming into my head. And when I had read it over, I had developed a whole, well, Spirit had assisted me in developing a whole program that I am introducing on, my website, on Periscope, and all these different modes that we're doing. And basically, you get a 1 hour Skype session with me every week. We delve deeply into your way of intuiting the world, the way you view the world. Then we get channeled messages and whatever else may be coming up. And finally, you also get a copy of my soon-to-be published. Right now, it's just in this fun little notebook. My soon-to-be published book. Get this. And so, like I said, today is on chapter 1. Imagination is key. Now, I mean, obviously, this is just page 1, but chapter 1 is legit. As you see, I'm still turning pages. Is 11 pages long, and then we just go straight into the next one. So you are getting a whole lot of different things from me for, your intuitive development. And, I've actually been mentoring a friend of mine through, her own journey. It's been amazing. We've really seen a lot of growth between the both of us. And I think that's, it is 4 weeks. And within that 4 weeks, we just learn how that you intuit the world and your own divine gifts. That's what I'm really awakening in you. I'm not only awakening your intuitive gifts, I'm awakening your higher heart. And that's how I do everything. All my intuition, everything for me comes through the heart space. I don't know any other way to work but from that. And so my teaching style is very organic. I give you the tips and the tools and I help you through the work, but I will not do the work for you. I really, really want
you really can't anyway. I mean, everybody's got to do their own work. Even if we wanted to, there's no way possible. You really have to do the work in order to get to that inspirational moment of understanding. And as teachers, we're here to encourage you to do the work. I just want to say hi to Kim Taz Major, who's joined us. She's always on all of our Google Hangouts. So I'm so glad you found the questions and the comments, Kim. So yay. Oh, thank you, Lord. Debbie finally figured it out.
No,
Yeah, Debbie.
no, it just all of a sudden it said Mozilla crashed. My Mozilla hasn't crashed. I can't even tell you how long. And then the invite wasn't showing up at all. It literally just showed up for the first time just now. So what I want to do is real quick, just want to show the candles. I haven't lit them because I don't want to mess with the mojo of the candle by moving it back and forth. So I said this time around, I'm just going to not light them. And so basically I'm going to light them live. So I'm just going to bring them all forward.
Nice.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, that's the first time. This will be the first time I ever do that. So I'm going to bring these here so we can see them. They've been anointed. I actually made the mistake of anointing them before using the permanent marker, which people out there, if you are going to do a candle, don't anoint the candle first with oil, and then you can't get the permanent marker on there. So, okay, so I'm going to show you just one by one, no particular order. Everybody has a number that was assigned to them by their starseed guide, and I do have the angel numbers here to show what they represent. So this one is number 21, and these are pretty detailed.
These are gorgeous symbols. Wow.
Wow.
Love those. Girl, you just get better and better. I don't know. You say you
Well,
can't.
some of these, and some of these we also received from a good friend of ours too, and she gave some of the symbols too. So it's a little bit of everything, whatever works. And this one is 17. This one is 19.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, it's a little bit there, but there you go. All right. Get these in real quick, guys. I'm like, I don't want to. This way, at least I'll have at least shown everyone their candles. This one's real. This one's the biggest one. It goes all
I love that. That's hot.
Okay. I love that blue. That's number 32. And then here's number 9.
Oh, beautiful.
This one is a zebra symbol for unlimited abundance for this person. So. All right, thank God. All right. Okay, so no matter what, at least I got to show the candles. I'm like, how? Okay, go ahead, and I'm just gonna put them back on the table. I didn't add a lot of stuff for the, on the table because it was too hard to see the candles. Because usually I have all kinds of stuff on here, but I didn't want to mess with the mojo of the.
Well, as we all know, your candle ceremonies are always like completely off the chart, girl. Those, I mean, if you ever want to set an intention and have the backup of the power of the energy, definitely get a hold of Debbie and have her do a candle ceremony for you because they're amazing. Every time she's done one for us, it's just, I mean, the flame goes absolutely insane. It jumps all over the place. It just...
Yeah, and then you always get updates. I give at least 2 updates when we do these hangouts for the clients. So that, and basically that kind of just comes with a reading too. So because that, tells me something about the candles, the way it's burning, where the wick is at, is there wax on the glass?
Right.
So you kind of get kind of a couple readings when you work with us on these hangouts, which is why it's such a value. It's an excellent value at $77.77 because then you also get the Skype session with us with all 3 of us. So, and you get PDFs, you get links.
All right, so now we're getting the candles lit. Debbie can get the matches lit. Using matches, a lighter.
Yeah, making me work this today. They're like, oh no, we're not going to make this easy for you. Okay. So at least, there we go. All right, let's try this one. Come on, baby.
And I love that you use the different color candles.
And everybody has their own color. And
these are 7-day candles. These are big-ass candles. You got to keep these things lit and your kids away from them.
And then I have to stay home. That's the thing. Or have somebody here. Right. I don't want to take a chance, I never take a chance. Okay, these are not lighting for some reason, and I think I know why. So I'm just gonna leave it because there's a not supposed to be lit yet. But I have my, oh my gosh, look at this amethyst. This is my baby. I put this on here for the higher energies.
Baby, God, girl, that thing is huge.
It looks black, but it's not. This is deep purple. This is that great jelly amethyst, and there's a lot of you know, these little triangles, these little points, like recorders.
Right.
So it's like a huge recorder amethyst.
That's so funny because today in my Facebook reading, I pulled the crystal card with the fairies, and it was all like this beautiful purple energy. So I'm telling everybody, get your amethyst out.
Yes,
this is what need to be working. Now this is a baby. This is like,
yeah.
Right.
This is my little amethyst.
Yeah, and this is definitely a time also too. If you have tanzanite, that's another pretty purple, pale purple color that's really great to work with. And I don't know if you guys were able to get into, you know, just like some of the messages that we were getting about the wave and the energies.
Well, we
have been talking about it.
We were just talking about everything that we're doing.
I figured that you had, so I was just like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm missing it.
Diyah has a good idea. After you're done, periscope the candles.
Oh, okay, very cool.
We're just like, oh, that's a good idea. You know, we were talking about periscope, and I told him we were going to be doing blab. .im tomorrow sometime.
Great forum. So did you tell them about if they purchased something today?
No, we didn't get to that.
Okay, all right, cool.
So you can go ahead and mention that.
All right, so what we're doing is, we're going to talk a little bit more about these energies and WaveX. I have a couple of channelings that are kind of a little scientific, but just explaining about like this wave of energy and what we can personally do with it. But I wanted to go over what we're doing, and so we're really kind of taking our stuff to another level, and we're going to be using Periscope more than YouTube. YouTube, I think, for us, is done. Like,
I told him that.
So we're moving on to a new format. And the Blab TV, what's great about it is that we can add someone to our discussions. So what we decided to do is if anybody purchases any of our readings from Marion, AkashicInspirations.com, Ron at Simply Intuitive, or a reading from me, Glammy'sAngels.com, you will be able to get a triple reading on top of the so let's say you get a reading from me. You go to my website, Glammy'sAngels.com, right now, before we go, and you purchase a reading. Then you can come with us. So you'll get a reading from me, and then privately you can go on a Blab Hangout with us and get a triple reading. So, there you go.
Vito, that's the confirmation.
That's a confirmation.
I love to play Minions. It's the only game I know how to play.
I love it. Every time that thing goes off, it cracks me up. So I don't know if we put our links to our websites in the Q&A?
I will do it later when I have the
or maybe Ron, can you
maybe I can go on and do it. Maybe Diyah, if you're watching.
Hey Diyah, post our websites, please. So I think that'll be really fun. It'll be the first Blab that we would have a guest on with us that we've actually invited ourselves. And so, I mean, think about the value here. You get 3 different readings at the same time, and then you get a different reading from whoever you purchase from. And so I think, plus you get to be on Blab, which is kind of becoming the new hot thing. It's like it's new and better version of YouTube, because you can actually interact with that person. So what you'll see is the 3 of us live, and it's better than Google Hangout because you'll see 3 people at the same time. You'll see the 3 of us. And then we open a spot for whoever the 4th person is, and we can all interact with each other at the same time, and we can do that privately, and we can do that publicly, depending on what you want to do. And most of our clients are they want to keep things private, so we can definitely do that. So I mean, I'm
laughing over here because I've got Kim Taz Major saying that she finally figured out how to put comments on the Q&A.
Hallelujah! Right?
Which is normal.
Let's do a shout out to Taz. Okay, Taz has followed us wherever we go since I've been on, and I've been on. This October is going to be 4 years for me, and I pretty much know that she's at least been following me 3 years. 2 or 3 years. So kudos to you, girl, whether wherever we go. So follow us on Periscope and follow us on Blab. So yeah, guys, it's really incredible. And the thing is that we do so many different things, and we all specialize in something different. So for you to be able to get the 3 of us in one spot at one time is worth whatever. I think one of my readings are $28, $45, $40. Ron, what are the prices on yours?
Well, if you come, unfortunately, like I was already telling everyone, you can't go to my website yet because I'm getting it revamped. But what you can do is go to Facebook, go to www.facebook.com/simplyintuitive, or you can also go to /Enlightened Trails. Either one will take you to my Facebook business page. If you'd like a reading with me for 30 minutes, it's $30. And if you want an hour reading with me, it's 60 minutes for $60. If you'd like the mentoring session I was talking about, you get a 1-hour mentoring session for $50. And then, of course, there's my big package that Spirit guided me to for $450.
Oh, my gosh, I'm so excited about that one. Okay, so, yeah.
All right, so Diyah's posted for us our website, so thanks a lot, Diyah. Appreciate it.
And then Marion, so let's talk about what you do and what your prices are.
Okay, so, well, of course, I'm a Akashic reader, and I'm going to actually do on Periscope a little bit more in-depth detail on what exactly does that mean.
Right.
How do I channel? How do I get the messages for you? Also, of course, I do the tarot and oracle cards because I just love them. You know, they're, you know, it's a beautiful tool. It's a visual. It's a tool. But once the Akashics, basically the way it speaks to you is at a soul level. Like, it just hits your heart. That's the emotions. It's more about how it makes you feel. And how it makes you feel is like I get to see who you are on a soul level, which is just an amazing gift for myself to be able to do the reading for somebody. Oh, okay, here we go. Taz says she always misses everybody. That's okay. If you catch us on the replay, that's good too. And then you can share and give us hearts. So that's good, Taz. The thing is that you get the message when you need to get it.
Right.
And Diyah, yeah, she says she's loving the Periscope. So now I bet you don't feel bad that we challenge you to the 21-day.
I know, right, guys? So we challenged each other to do a 21-day challenge, which is really encouraging us, you know, to kind of take the stuff that we do and put it into a format, which is actually something that's going to help us put together a webinar series that we want to do. And so it's just really just all around, just new things, exciting things.
Oh my goodness, do you guys hear that?
Yes, that terrible reverberation.
I was like, what is that? Oh, our stream went offline. Our stream it's not online.
Yeah, it says live over here too.
Oh, okay.
Let me check on YouTube. Hold on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't even hear you, Debbie. Oh, it goes and comes
terrible.
up. Oh, okay. It sounds like a lawnmower's in your bedroom. Oh, Diyah hears it too. Oh, goodness. They just don't want us to get that out there, do they? Everybody could take turns in muting their mic. Like, Ron, mute yours, because now it's stopped. Taz, okay, can you hear me? I think the noise stopped. All right. Oh, so Taz is asking how we're gonna have to do something on Periscope to teach people how to use Periscope, okay? Because Taz is asking, hearts? How do I give hearts? Taz, if you have an Android or you're watching on your iPhone, you tap the bottom of the screen. Just tap it, tap, 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 and all the little hearts just float up. If there's nothing that tells you that there's hearts there, but once you start tapping the screen, then you'll see the hearts floating up in the color that they give you. And I love that because they assign a color to each person who goes on live. You can watch from the web from your PC, but you can't comment. So that's kind of like the downer on that. Let's see. I think we're doing okay. So I think you guys can unmute your mics, and we'll try it again. All right. It's your mic. There you go. It's your mic. Ron, now you try. No, I think it's your mic, Debbie. They don't want you to talk, girl. They do not want you to talk, and now I lost Ron's picture. Okay. All right, so there you are. Okay, I think it's Debbie's mic. They just do not want Debbie to participate. How's that? All right, so let's talk a little bit about the blood full moon. We haven't even touched that yet. Tetrad. It is the last of the fourth blood full moon that we started last year in April. So we had one last year in April, and I believe it was October or September again, and then we had one in April this year, and then now we're having it on for here in the States on the Eastern Seaboard. It's going to actually be on the 27th at about 10, like a quarter of 11 is when we're going to start with the full moon and the eclipse. It will be a full lunar eclipse. Now these energies, I've heard that lunar eclipse energy, and Diyah knows more about this than I will, but she also, it can last up, I think, to 3 years, the energies. So, whatever you bring in now is really what's going to kind of move you forward into these higher energies that we're working with. I think you're going to find a lot of changes within communities, within all of these issues, like the Pope coming to the United States. I know Debbie was really moved by his speech, and I have to tell you, I was watching him arrive into New York, and the tears were, I'm like, why am I crying? But I just felt really emotional about it. I mean, I was raised Catholic. I know a lot of us were, but I don't necessarily practice or follow it now. But I just felt the energy emanating from him, and the crowd was of such adoration and just like this overwhelming good feeling. And I know that he went to see the children and listen to them singing to him. And what we got stuff? Oh, Debbie. Yeah, I could add Diyah. Hold on, let me see. Diyah. Let me go over here. All right. Okay, Diyah, I've actually sent you an invite. See if we can get you in here. And that way you could talk a little bit more about the influences. A lot of the influences came in from the Jewish religion, prophecies that were given thousands of years ago as to what are the upheavals coming. Now remember, upheavals aren't always bad. It's a clearing away of the stagnant old energies that don't serve, so that we can go into the higher dimensions. And we talk about this being a multidimensional being, and basically what that incorporates. And I know Bronza has gotten some awesome insights as to what a multidimensional being means, and how does that affect past lives and current and future lives. So maybe, Ron, you want to expand on the multidimensionality of it.
Yep. So basically, multidimensionality is that you exist on multiple dimensions all the time, and everyone's talking about, oh, we're going to go up to the 5th dimension. And yes, a part of you is. What's awakening within you is the DNA that is associated with the 5th dimension. So you're going to be bringing down that is that out. So that's what you're going to be bringing in, is that 5th dimensional energy. Now, the next thing I want to touch on with being multidimensional, you exist everywhere at the exact same time. You are always existing on every dimensional time frame, space. You're always there. You're everywhere, because what has been shown to me with the wave X energies, and the best way I can describe it is like this, is you are a tree. And within this tree, your oversoul, basically your combination of everything, is the root of this tree. It then expands out, and each branch is an aspect of the oversoul or the higher self. And then each leaf on that branch is a physical person, is a physical you within another dimension, another time stream, another reality. So, Diyah's on.
We're able to get Diyah on. Hey, Diyah, how's it going, girl? So Diyah's from Oris Oasis, and she is an amazing astrologer, an amazing tarot and oracle card reader, and she's the bomb on all of these astrological influences that we are coming in. So Ron's just finishing up talking about the wave X energy and the integration of the multidimensional self.
Yeah, and so basically, I'm pretty much done with my little spiel. There's nothing else I can really say about being multidimensional other than we exist everywhere at all times in space, and that you really don't have any past lives. What you're experiencing, or what Akashic readers like Marion and myself see when we go into your past life, is a life that is currently a reflection of what you are going through now. And in healing that, you heal yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The only thing, and excuse me, I'm trying to put my hair up, is wet and dripping down my back, so just watch this, so it's getting on my nerves. The only thing I would add to that is, you're right, you don't really have past life experiences because we're happening on multiple levels at all times right now. So with that being said, you're really just tapping into yourself in another dimension that's affecting your consciousness in this dimension, if that makes I know it sounds crazy, but if that makes sense. You're just tapping into the other levels that are affecting your consciousness right now in this dimension. And with the blood moon, the big hype came from, what's his name? Excuse my kids in the background. They're playing with their cars. But the big hype came from John Hagee. John Hagee is a pastor. He's the one who brought the big hype about the 4 moons and the Jewish traditions. And the thing is, it's been misinterpreted. The 4 blood moons is connected to what's called the Armageddon. But when you actually say the Bible, the word Armageddon actually means Mount Megiddo. And I'm probably saying the word wrong. It's Meiggidio, I think. But basically, it was a battle that happened on Mount Megiddo. I want to say that's Jerusalem, somewhere in Jerusalem. But that happened a long time ago. It happened centuries ago. That battle already happened, and that's the problem that's been misinterpreted. With that also being said, when you take that scripture, when you're talking about to a deeper level, Mount Megiddo is your throat chakra.
Ah, that makes so much sense. I've been getting so many messages on just working and healing the throat chakra.
Speaking your truth. So Mount Megiddo really is about speaking your truth right now. So what these blood moons have done is they have lined up mind, body, and spirit. And this one coming up with Aries, which is basically the overhaul of who you truly are. I'm trying to explain it. When you're going through astrology and you're looking at your astrological chart, Aries, the energy of Aries is that first house that, cut up in a pie, that first slice of pie, that first house, the energy, which is the energies of who you truly are. That's the energy that no one sees unless they know you. Your sun, that's your sign. Your sun, the moon find this services who you truly are. So with this full blood moon, let me go back and explain the blood moon. Okay. The history of the blood moon is different than the way it's publicly taught. First of all, the blood moon, the word blood, the word bless, when someone think of the word bless, that comes from the word blood. And way, way, way back then, when we originally blessed things, it was through the blood. When the woman had a child, she gave the placenta back to the earth. When a woman was on her menstrual, she gave that energy back to the earth. And what they noticed was this particular energy, with anything that grew in the area that that energy was sent in, grew amazing, was bright, more colors, it was food, it tastes better, it just had so much nutrients, and it gave so much to the earth that they started using it to anoint other stuff. Now, over time, they started switching just from the female's monthly cycle to doing other things, animal sacrifices and all that. But that's where the word blessed comes from, originally comes from blood. So when you're dealing with the blood moon, you're dealing with a very blessed moon. It's a blessing. Wow. And that's one of the big secrets that the occult hide, and everybody thinks it's a curse. No. So this is the best time to do healing rituals, manifestation rituals. If you're trying to come out and start a new business, or you're doing an overhaul on yourself, this is the time now to do all those rituals and ceremonies to cleanse inside yourself and get all that old junk started and to start anew. And to leave all the other stuff that's in the past, finally leave it in the past and walk anew and start over again.
Well, that makes total sense, because just yesterday for myself, Ron, was we were talking about the different archangels we were working with over these days. And for me, Archangel Michael came in with, like, cut the cords, like, walk away, turn, go forward. So that makes, a total sense of why we're, like, revamping everything, why we're all going to Periscope, why we're all doing new things, why we're all creating this new way of communicating with others in the community, with teaching, with, like, stepping into our leadership roles, stepping into our teaching roles, which, in the past we've kind of been like, even though we have been, but really kind of accepting that and allowing it to be a powerful thing for you, to sustain you and to move you forward. So I think, when you're saying about speak your truth, that, it's so funny, because that's what the Akashics do. When I speak through the Akashics, when I channel the messages from your guides and your angels, and, from the images that I see, it's the core truth of who you are. And that's why it makes so much sense when they get a reading from me, because it really acknowledges their core truths. Message is not for me, so I'll just tell you what I see, but it's going to resonate with you at a very deep level. And that's what lets you move forward in order to be able to have the belief, the core belief that you can do this, and then do your actions from there. And that's why the Akashics and doing readings and having a base of knowledge, like from Diyah, getting the astrological understandings of who you are, where you came from, what are the influences to best take advantage. And I know she has a financial chart that people just, go crazy over, because it's so accurate, and it involves, I remember Debbie was telling me how it involves just, like, all these other aspects of her life, not just, it's not just like, okay, this is what you need to work to do your job. No, it tells you how to expand and how to, what you need to address in order to get on your path. So I think those readings that you do are just off the chart amazing.
Oh, they are. I had one, and it was just a one on Periscope. She did one for me for free, and it was a short little one, but I got so much information from that. I really, really recommend, if you've ever had an astrology reading and you were kind of like, okay, that's basic, go over to Diyah, because she is so beyond what these other people know. Her esoteric knowledge, her knowledge on the planets, on what they represent, on a whole bunch of plethora of other things, are absolutely amazing. And what you said, Diyah, about the blood full moon is right on point. A very similar message this morning, with, we're definitely letting things go from the mental, from the emotional, That's where all of these things are really, really shedding from. And you can actually go find that post if you guys want to read it on my page on Simply Intuitive. So, but that's what this is all about. That's what the X-wave energy is about. That's what the blood full moon is about. It's all about releasing the different layers of old beliefs that don't serve us anymore. And the X-wave energies are the new energies coming in to infuse us and guide us with the new belief systems that we need to better achieve our purposes in life. You know, for Marianne, she is the teacher. She is a spiritual teacher, and she can say no or whatever. She is a spiritual teacher, and she is absolutely amazing at it. When she is in her element, you will see a different side to her. You will see her light up like a Christmas tree. Debbie's purpose is all about empowerment and really getting people out there. You know, we came to a fun hashtag line for her. For her hashtag line, it's become the Empress. You know, you are an empress of your own life, because an empress doesn't need a crown. She doesn't need all the trappings of a queen or a princess. She is.
I love it.
That's simple. That's what she is. She is. And then Diyah, my God, this woman she can do so many different things. She has written children's books. Number one, you want to get your kids introduced to spirituality? Go check out her children's books. I did. I work at a daycare. I want to go buy some of those books for my babies and be like, look at this, look, we can look at carnelian, we can look at this, you know, let's go look at the magic numbers. They would absolutely adore it. So, and you know, with the throat chakra energy, I mean, look what color I picked out of my closet just today. This very royal blue also goes along with Archangel Michael. So, you know, we're really just tying all this in together. So the X-wave, blood full moon energies, the blood full moon is helping us release layers of beliefs, and not only from this life, but also from other dimensions. Because remember, we already said, there are no past lives. Everything is happening right now. So, you know, if you're going through financial difficulties, it's because that is being cleared out of you. You are getting that cleansed and cleared. And the X-wave energies, I'm not saying you're going to fix it like magic, but they are going to help you to come into a new belief about money.
I think it's also going to help us with our perceptions, which is really important. So what I wanted to talk about now that we have Dion is, what are some of the things that you guys personally are going to do to kind of like set your space to allow this to be coming in over the next, I mean, I didn't sleep hardly at all last night because it was, you know, getting close to full moon. I was like, bing, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm wide awake. So Debbie called me at 9:30, and I was like, hello. She was like, aren't you awake? I'm like, no. I didn't go to sleep till very late. I was trying to bring the energies down, and it was just like virtually impossible. I'm like, okay, it's full moon. I better do something. So one of the things I did was reconfigure my altars, because I have like 4 of them that I work with. Of course, my favorite thing to do, and it just kind of puts me in like a zone. It sounds ridiculous, but washing my floor. Because I wash my floor, and every time I pull out here in Miami, we don't really use like a traditional mop. It's more like a rag with a stick. It's called a mapo in Spanish. And I use that. So as I'm wringing it out, I'm releasing. And when I put it on my floor, I'm calling in all the angels. I pray over my children's rooms. I pray in each room for what it signifies. Like if it's the living room, a coming together, communal sense. If it's in my kitchen, it's the preparation. I bless all the foods, everything in the kitchen, all my utensils. So, and then after that, what I do is I grab my sage and I seal all my doors and windows with a symbol. Whichever symbol I've chosen for that particular work, whatever energies I want to have be predominant in my home. And then now I'm ready to work with my crystals, to put my incense, to light my candles after I've cleansed everything first, because I don't think it serves a purpose to set everything up and not have cleaned the space that it's in. So maybe you want to give us a couple of things that is good for this, Diyah.
Well, that cleansing is also good. You know, if you're going to change the inside, eventually that has to reflect on the outside. So cleaning your home, one of the main things I did that I started doing first was getting behind the bookshelves, pulling the furniture out, and getting the dust that's behind the furniture that we don't pay attention to. And for my that's right. Can you take the dogs with you, please? And for my kids' room, what I already did was I do this every so often. I pulled all the furniture out of their room, washed the walls, you know, and I shampoo the carpets. We have carpets, so I have a carpet shampooer. Shampoo the carpets. Right, please leave the dog alone. Shampoo the carpets, and then I smudged the room and I played meditation for their room.
Oh, that's nice. Yes, the music.
And then I smudge all their furniture. I baking soda and then smudge it down, and I put sprinkles of lavender and stuff on it, and I put it back in their room. This, first of all, just helps tremendously with raising them when children are, you know, when sometimes they're a little out of control. Sometimes you just clean the energy out of their room and smudge their room. It changes their vibration. Also, because the kitchen is the hearth of the home, because the kitchen is the life force of the home, where you're always creating and you're providing, you're cooking and you're doing all that for the family. I pulled out the refrigerator. I pulled out the stove, and I swept and cleaned behind there and make sure I got all that down. And then did a floor wash, cleaned the the little grease water behind the stove because you're cooking so much.
Yep.
So I got all that out, smudged that area down. I'm in the middle now. Altar, it's crazy. I'm in the middle now, rearranging my altars. I have certain books that I use that I write notes in and I use for other stuff. I have them sitting in the window with stones. I'm charging them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm charging, like, when I'm tomorrow night, I'm going to have all my stones laid out on the balcony so they can charge. I mean, every stone I have, I'm putting it out on the balcony so they can charge under that full moon.
Yep.
And other than that, I'm doing water rituals. I did 2 today, which is my first one. I couldn't get to the beach this morning because they had a bunch of jellyfish. I'm going to try to get to the beach tomorrow morning really early. Ritual with Oshun and Diyah, because the beaches on one side we have like an salt water, so technically it's Diyah, but it's like an inlet on one side where it's more like a Oshun feeling, but then it's like the whole real beach on the other side. So I want to get there and do a ritual early in the morning and then get back here. So that's one of the main things I'm doing. Then during the actual time of the full moon, and I'm smiling because y'all know I'm in tantra, so I plan on doing some tantric work during the actual time of the full moon and blood moon, and then doing a meditation. That's what all that I plan on doing.
Wow, that's great. Ron, and what are you gonna be doing?
Well, what I am doing is I have my super fun prosperity bowl here, and it has just, I mean, look at all there's just lots of receipts in there. So I am
Awesome.
clearing this out.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, new abundance can come in.
Yep.
I am also, switching up my altar, and something that I don't normally do on my altar is I don't put pictures up of anything, but for whatever reason, I was very drawn to put up this aura picture that I got a while ago.
Well,
so
I got your color on then. I've got your
exactly.
color.
Exactly.
Here's my abundance. Y'all can see it.
Really.
Oh, that's
revamping.
beautiful.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm just doing the saging, the smudging. I'm going to put all my cards out. I'm going to put all my crystals outside, out in the garden. Doing a lot of saging, clearing, using my Tibetan singing bowl, and really setting the intention for healing and for more growth and expansion in the way of my leadership role, to kind of know the next action step that would be good for me to take, because Diyah already knows that my guides have been like, Ron, get on top of your shit. Come on.
Exactly. Well, before we wrap things up, I thought it would be cool. We'd just pull a couple of cards for everybody for the energy. So I don't know, Ron, if you got a deck there nearby. I'm gonna gotta go with my standby energy oracle deck and see what.
I'm gonna go with the Gateway Oracle.
Oh, that one's nice. I don't have that deck. I've been needing to get it for some reason. Oh goodness. Okay. Angels are in the house. So we have the
Ooh, I
angel
like
of
that.
strength. And this always reminds me of Archangel Ariel because she's got the lion energies. Look at that. Another thing is that the energies that we're working with Wave X are like a vibrational match to the gateway of the Lion's Gate portal of 888, which we had in August. And here I have Angel of Balance. And what I love here is that she's got the pyramids in the background, and she's holding like what looks like the sands of time kind of flowing. And she's just holding this beautiful like Egyptian decanter, which I love those. And the last one, they all three popped out. And Ron, we got this one yesterday, community. So it's all about sharing. It's all about the community. It's all about being together and, and shining your light so that others can be inspired by what you're doing. And, it's really important to share your knowledge. When you don't share your knowledge and you keep it to yourself, sometimes it can become stagnant and really non-productive for you. So that's why we do all of these periscopes and we do all of these hangouts and we do all the Facebook posts, because it's something that is, builds up within you, and you're like, I have to do something. I've got to do something. And I have to share this information. I just can't keep it to myself. I have to let other people know what is happening. And that's all about working with your gifts. So I don't know who else has cards for now. Ron, you got them?
Yep. So the very first one, which I think is so wonderful, believe in magic. I mean, just believe in the magic that is all around you, the wonder, the awe. And I love the affirmation. It says, true magic is abounding in my life. Wow. So just knowing that magic is coming in. And then the next one is soaring into joy. I mean, just once again, going along with, what's going on, just soaring into our own purposes. Because once you find your purpose, you find your calling in life, which is what brings you the most joy. And this says, childlike wonder fills my life. And then, we have to ignite that courage. We have to be in the courage. We have to take charge and go, 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 go. And
well, that's perfect, because it goes along with the courage, with the angel of strength, is that courage to be yourself.
Who decided to pop in?
Oh, hey, cutie patootie.
Say hi. You want to say hi to Marion around?
Hi, love.
Hey.
Oh my God, he's so big. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen your kids for a while. He looks like a little angel, doesn't he? He's so adorable. Hi.
So cute.
Take your candle, go watch.
And then the last two, which is awakening ancient wisdom and embarking on your adventure. I mean, just really, I mean, all these cards just go perfectly with what we're talking about. It's time to get out there. It's time to awaken, and it's time to definitely get out there and start these new adventures and these new ventures that we're talking about. And that's why we're on Periscope, and that's why we're on Blab, and that's why I'm doing the new mentoring session that I was talking about that Spirit guided me to. So, I think these are just on point. Diyah, what'd you pull?
I used the healing chakra deck, but it's more of an astrology deck, so of course it's a perfect deck for me. And the first one I pulled was Scorpio, which we all know Scorpio deals heavily with spirituality, sexuality, the mystical realm. It deals heavily with all that. So it also deals with secrets. So it's time to go into your personal secrets right now. Same thing that you're saying. It's all coming out. And this one is the air card for the element of air. Basically, it came out upside down. So basically what it's saying is now's the time to communicate in yourself. And again, with all the energies coming out and this blood moon dealing with your chakra, it's time to go in yourself and see if it's still the truth. The last card I got was the root chakra card. Because your old truths are stored in your root chakra, and that's where the blockages actually start from. You can have blockages in all your chakras, but they start in that root chakra. You got to go way back when it happened and the emotion attached to it. And basically saying go back there and see if that truth that you need to live by then is the truth that you need to live by right now. It's not always what happened then, but your truth then. You need that truth to survive. And now's the time to let it go and move on to a new truth and accept the truth that you have today and live by that truth. You can keep going to different levels and levels and levels. You're not meant to stay in one place, in one mindset all your life. You're meant to keep growing. Life is change. If you look at nature, it's always changing and it's always adapting. So we as a part of nature have to change and adapt too, along with nature. In order to be a part of nature, in order to be a part of this universe, and for it to work with us and give us what we need as we give back to what it wants from us. So that's basically what it was saying to me.
Perfect. Well, Diyah, let everybody know where they can find you as we wrap this up. Let everybody know where they can find your books and your readings and stuff like that.
Well, they can go to Oris Oasis. And actually, I'm about to do a new reading for specifically for the blood moon and the energies, and I'll have the reading going for a week. I'll put it up later on today. But what I'm gonna do is take your astrology chart, and I'm going to look at just your year ahead from your birthday, from the year that you're working with, because each year within our natal chart, we're working with a specific energy. Like for me, I'm going into my 11th house. Well, since my birthday passed, I'm working with the 11th house. So depending on your age, depending on which house you're working with at that time. So I'm going to do a specific reading for that and incorporate how they use these energies to work with the energy that you're having. And the energy that's there, whether the plan is there or whatever, how they can make that work for this year, so that this year, from this day on, or from their birthday on, they can make it work for them, not always against them. And I've already done a few readings, and one guy that I gave a reading to according to his year, he felt so much better because he didn't understand. He's in his 12th house, and with all the signs, with the planets and stuff that's there, he's going through a lot of trials and tribulations. So I was telling him, I was like, yeah, you're probably going to get robbed this year. He was like, oh my goodness, someone broke into my car yesterday. And I was just letting him know that this is the energy that's there, so you have to be more, and that's in order to balance this energy, you have to pull on that Virgo energy, you have to analyze, you have to be very specific, you have to be very detailed, you have to be very up and pull that heavy Mars scoring energy, because you have to be very protective, very secure. And he was so happy. I thought, you know what, I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it possible for everybody else to do it. And there were 12 people I did it for too, but I'm going to make it a reading, and I'm going to do it for about 2 weeks.
Oh,
and this is a special reading, and I'm only going to, since it's not an in-depth reading, well, it is in-depth, but it's not going to go with the whole chart. The reading is only going to be between 20 and 25 hours. I'm going to leave it at that.
Wow, that's a bargain.
Yeah, that's a bargain.
That's amazing.
She's reading. But for everything else, you can go to my website, orisoasis.com, ORISOASIS.com. And my books are there. You can find me on Facebook there. I will be doing Periscope later on how to, or how we as a pagan community, light workers, which is whatever you want to call ourselves, how we can work with Periscope, because I've noticed we have to work with it.
I saw your scope on that midnight scope. I saw it yesterday, and I'm like, wait, I missed this. And I'm like saying, you know what? She's absolutely right, because I started searching, and there is not a lot of pagan community presence, you know, which is the one that accepted me into YouTube. I mean, it was the pagan community that really embraced me 3 years ago, and I didn't even understand what being a pagan was. And I said, oh, okay, well, I can relate to that. Oh, okay, well, I can relate to that. I said, oh, well, I guess that kind of makes me pagan, I guess, you know, in an essence. I really kind of have my own thing, and I know we all do. We all kind of take from here and there and do our own thing. But it was that community that is open and open-minded to be able to acknowledge different gifts from different people, which I really appreciated when I started in YouTube. So I think, you know, by us going into Periscope and you doing that and bringing that in for others and being the leader that you're being called to be, I think that's amazing. I totally support you in that. I think that's great. And Ron, so let's go back to you and your readings, your mentoring. They can get a hold of you on Facebook if you want to give them the address for that.
Yep, so readings, it's $30 for 30 minutes. I'm very similar to Marianne. I do Akashic readings as well as card readings. And I get information from, you know, a multitude of different sources, whatever would like to come through. So like I said, it's www.facebook.com/simplyintuitive. Or you can go to /Enlightened Trails. Either one will take you there, I'm pretty sure. Just private message me, say you want a reading. I will send you an invoice through PayPal. $30 for 30 minutes, $60 for 60 minutes. If you want a mentoring session for me to kind of help you find out, you know, what kind of intuitive gifts do you have through an organic process, then that is $50. And if you want to join my program that I just created, it's $450 for a 4-week program. I'm also going to be on Periscope today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about the very first chapter of my book that is yet to be published, but is on its way. And we are talking about imagination is key. And I just want to read you a little quick thing. A spiritual journey is not about reaching for something you do not have. It's about reclaiming what is already yours.
I love that. Ooh, I can't wait. Yay. All right, so I'm going to talk about poor Deb. Deb is Intuitive Deborah now, and she has a Facebook page, Intuitive Deborah or Deborah Bowen. She does Periscope as Intuitive Deborah, and she has Twitter, and we'll be on blab.im at Akashic Inspire or Akashic Inspiration. So you can reach me at akashicinspirations.com or on my Facebook page. My readings are for half an hour or an hour readings. They're $44.44 for the half-hour reading. And I also have some tarot and oracle card if you just specifically want that, but you kind of always get a little bit of Akashic stone in there anyway, just the way of the world, the way it goes. So I just want to thank everybody for coming together and talking about all of these wonderful energies. And, you know, I'm so happy to see and excited for all of this new things that are coming through your lives and manifesting for you guys. And for those of us who are watching, we want to encourage you to find your own truth, to speak your own truth, to shine. Come on out. If you're being, you know, guided to do something and you need a little help, please go to Ron. If you want that overall amazing astrological view, then obviously go to Diyah. If you have problems with blockages or romance, you know that Debbie is the queen to that. And if you just want to get a message from your higher self, from your truth, from your angels and guides, and what the Akashic Records really wants you to know today, because you may not have even a clue of where you're going, then please feel free to get in touch with me. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us, all our old fans that have been with us for a while and all the new ones that are coming in. We really appreciate the support. We love to see you on Periscope. We love the sharing. And we look forward to what these new things will bring for everyone. So thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. Take care of these energies. Put your crystals out. Absorb, enjoy, and go within and figure out what is it that's best for you. So, namaste. Take care, everybody. Thanks, Diyah, for jumping in. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.